and welcome to this week's coffee vlog. I was waiting there for the vocal to come in and it never arrived. It may be that's an instrumental version, I don't know. But never mind. I think it's Take Me to the Clouds Above is the actual song, but we weren't getting to the actual vocals, so not to worry. So it is now Friday, what is it actually? I'm not sure what it is. What we on? 20th, Friday the 20th of December. 5 days till Christmas Day. Heading home at 5:15, surprisingly. Or rather, unsurprisingly, it's not being super busy today. I think most people are kind of getting wound down and shut up for Christmas, so not a huge amount gone out. Still a bit though, really. We're not closed for Christmas though. We're back in Monday and I'll be in Tuesday. Staff aren't in Tuesday because there won't really be a lot happens, but I'll go in to just get rid of any of those orders that pop up that wants delivery between Christmas and New Year, because you get the odd few now and again. Other than that, yeah, it's been a pretty crazy week up to yesterday. We still had loads and loads of orders all week, so that's been good. Of course, that means everyone has been getting their orders in ready pre-Christmas, rather than leaving it to the last minute. So last weekend didn't do a great deal, really. Saturday, pretty relaxing day. Sunday, went over to my dad's, took the boy, and did my dad's tree for him, Christmas tree. Did the usual. Actually, no, I didn't do the usual, because on the Saturday I ended up doing 3 posts on the Steam blockchain, which is a bit of a record for me. So I did my usual dash cam footage during the day on Saturday, driving footage, and that was okay. Then on Saturday afternoon, I'd spent ages. I'm trying to fix my my Bluetooth smart bulbs, which admittedly are quite aged now, but we've got 3 of them, and it's quite nice to actually have them doing what they're meant to do with an app. But what had happened basically is I'd come to change the brightness of one, because I toned it down earlier in the year, and discovered that the app, because it wasn't installed on my phone since I upgraded to the iPhone X, when I came to actually download it again, there was just the placeholder there. It said it's no longer in the App Store. I thought, well, that's no good. That was the app for my bulbs. And I hunted about on some other devices and could not find it anywhere. I hadn't got it downloaded on any of them, so I was a bit stuck. So I ended up hunting through millions of smart bulb apps to see if I could find one, because I figured they're all kind of the same thing, aren't they? All these different brands and whatever else. So there must be one that works. Didn't have any joy, and then I kind of thought, well, I wonder if it's because the phone Bluetooth is too modern and maybe it needs an older Bluetooth format. So I ended up digging out an old iPad mini and going through the same malarkey of trying all these various apps, see if any one of them would connect to the bulbs. I trolled through for ages and ages and ages, just about giving up, and pretty much the last one I tried actually picked them up and changed the settings in them. So well, I was like, finally I've figured it out, fixed them, got them working again. And then I thought, well, I've gone to all this effort. There was no help on Google at all for that particular bulb brand or anything, so I thought I'll do a Steam post and then it'll get Googled, and then if anyone else has got these smart bulbs and is now unable to use them because the app's gone from the iOS App Store, now they could be able to Google it and find this answer from me. So that'd be cool. It looks like some people have crashed into each other. or broken down, or just broken down and crashed. Who knows? So, yes, that was pretty much that for the Saturday, except then, later on the Saturday night, I noticed that Snook had done a post, well, done a community actually, but it called for some posts in this community about how you came, oh, it's police BMW, how you came to be in, oh, actually security, not police. It's a bit of a con, that, isn't it? How you came to be on the Steam blockchain. You know, how you got to Steam, why you're still here, whatever else. So a bit of it's like encouragement for new people and things. So I thought, oh, it's quite a good idea. I'll get on and do that until goodness knows, it was like 4 AM or something stupid. I stayed up doing that. But it's all good. I did that as well. So 3 posts on Saturday on Steam blockchain, pretty good for me. Right, we shall go in and I'll come back and do Mr. Nels's festive words of wisdom. Okay, back from dropping the few parcels off, having a long conversation with the petrol station man because evidently he gets a... Oh, Mr. Nellis. That's a... I don't... You really put... No, do you know, I'm going. Mr. Nellis, you are too late with your words of wisdom, I'm afraid. Too late. Because I've already set off and you've literally just popped them through. But I'd have to stop the video and then email them to myself and then read them off my watch. And I'm heading home. And yeah, that's it. So, sorry, I might have to do your words of wisdom at some other point. Because you sent me a ton of different little messages on Twitter, but none of them were your words of wisdom. I just scanned through, and then I was like, right, I'm setting off. And now I've set off and you've sent them, and no, can't do it. So, we'll maybe have to make them a midweek video of Mr. Nellis's words of wisdom, a special. Midweek special of Christmas. Let's see. I don't know. I shall think about that one. So anyway, monster posts on Steam Saturday. Sunday I did my vlog post on Sunday evening because I'd done so many posts on Saturday. And then I left Sublime Sunday to be on a Monday again because I'd not really got a great deal to do for it, and also I'd not wanting to do 2 posts in one day on Sunday. So I left that off, and that was a bit of a sort of the Christmas tree thing at my dad's and a few odd pictures here and there, and a bit about the Grand Tour being back. Not quite as the Grand Tour because it was a new challenges, which was very good actually. Last week's, it really entertained me, which was amusingly entitled, of course, for them seamen, and they had to take these boats from Cambodia, travel the waterways all the way to Vietnam, a port in Vietnam, which they did do, but it was really entertaining. A bit different for a car show. Well, I suppose they're not really a car show anymore anyway, but for them to be doing boating, an interesting choice of boats as well. So yeah, that was really good. I did a bit about it in my sort of Sublime Sunday post because it kind of filled it out a bit more, make it a bit more interesting post. So yeah, back to work. Like I say, it's a busy week. We've had the upstairs windows continued worked on, and they're pretty much done now. Thank goodness. I'll perhaps get a photo on Monday if it's decent enough weather. I was going to do it today, but it was a bit grey to be honest, with the outside. So yeah, all those are in. There's just some tidying up Monday and a skip coming to get rid of all the old window frames and glass and rubbish. So, and on Tuesday I had to
Warning, risk zone, speed limit 30
go to
miles per
HSS
hour.
and rent a some scaffolding at one of these mobile scaffolding platforms, because some of the windows, because of what was inside, they weren't accessible from the inside to be done, so they had to be done from the outside. So I needed one of these platform things building up to get up to them. So went and hired that, and that turned up on Wednesday. Only you have to rent it for a week. Even if you only want it 2 days or a day, you're still paying a week rate. So in the end, I was only supposed to get it for 2 days because that's all the guy said he needed it for. I ended up getting it on... I've just got a message I'm trying to read, but... ended up
Warning, K-band radar.
getting it
check
Wednesday.
speed.
And then it's getting picked up Monday, so I've got a nice long period of time for it. And the thing is, it's got various levels, so you build it up section by section to get to the height you want. So the lowest level has been coming in and out of work as it's been used, built up on its wheels. Quite handy like that, you can roll it about. I thought on Wednesday when I saw it roll back in work there, I thought, do you know, that's very handy because there's loads of lights in the warehouse that are the old sort of strip lights with the tubes, fluorescent tubes, and slowly the tubes are dying and the starters are dying, and it's so old hat stuff, and the length of tubes are pretty odd, so I don't even think I'd be able to find those. So I mean, basically what I've been doing over the years is just robbing tubes from other areas of the warehouse where we don't really need much light to fill in the gaps. But slowly I've now reached the point where there is no more I can nick. So I thought this is a good opportunity. Well, I've got that platform, it'll make it easy to replace the lights, because what I've been having to do is like use a set of ladders that will also go together and then prop out to form like an A-frame, and then I can stand at the very top of them and reach the roof. But it's kind of a really haphazard way of doing it. It's a bit wobbly, it's not very stable, you're only in one position and you're stuck there, so you can't move back and forth very much. So it's not really ideal for messing about, especially when you've got very long strip lights and you need to go from one end to the other to remove them. So this platform was ideal, so I thought this is the opportunity. I'll replace a load of these old fluorescent tubes that aren't working with some new LED buttons, and then the problem will be solved. I don't have to worry about it again. So that is basically what I did today, in between roasting a bit of coffee and tidying up other bits and pieces. I got on with it. I ordered 4 and then I had 2, so I ended up with 6, but I needed to keep 1 spare because we need that for the warehouse office, because that light is definitely going at some point soon. At some point I probably need to get some for the actual offices as well. They'll probably end up dying at some point, but for now basically just replaced 5 at the back end of the warehouse, and yeah, that went pretty smoothly actually, quicker than I thought it was going to be. Just super handy just having that wheel about platform. You can climb up and then just tickly throat all of a sudden for some reason. So went round and yeah, it was pretty straightforward. The old ones, you take the bottom panel off, which is like 4 bolts to undo to get inside, then remove disconnect the wiring. It was Scotch blocked, so it was relatively easy to disconnect it. And they had really long cables for them, which was also very handy into the actual fitting. Disconnect that, pull all the cable out. Couple of screws holding it up to the roof, undo those, and then down comes the old thing completely, and I've just got a dangly power cable for the new stuff. The new ones, being modern, have just like these press clips for connecting the wires into, so you just push your exposed end of wire in with the button pressed down, and then when you release it, it springs up and clamps it in place to give you the connection. So no messing about with Scotch blocks and twiddling with screwdrivers while you're up in the air for that. So that was nice and easy, and they just sort of clip into place. So you have these clips that come with it. You screw the clips up to the roof, and then the actual bulb itself, well, the batten thing, you just push into them and it clips in, because they weigh nothing. I mean, compared to those old fittings I was taking out, which weigh a ton, there's all metal and goodness knows what gubbins in there, these LED things are just like light as a feather, because there's hardly anything in it. So nice and easy, all clipped up. Checked each one obviously before I moved on, so it's working. And yeah, and they're much brighter than the old fluorescent bulbs anyway. So the fact that I've only put 4 in at that end bit and then 1 in the bit where the van is, the fact that I've only got those, even when all the others that are fluorescent ones die out, there's still more than enough to light for what we need in that area, just so there is some light basically. So that was it, got that done as well, so that's a good job. Made double use of the cost of renting that scaffolding, so quite pleased with that. Right, have a good weekend, next week. Have a good Christmas, because it'll be Christmas on Wednesday. I'll have to do your words, I don't know, I'll fit them in somehow, Mr. Nelly. So you've just kind of, you've completely befuddled me coming in late with your words. You normally do it on a Thursday, not 5:30 on a Friday. So yeah, have a good Christmas. I don't know, I'll obviously do the words. I don't know if I'll do a vlog next Friday because I've not been at work and whatever else. I'm not really sure what's going on. Otherwise I'll be back for the 3rd of January vlog once I'm back at work again. Okay, see ya.